especially want to thank Broom-Peltz for inviting me to come to this meeting and for calling me late yesterday afternoon and asking me if I would do this. So I'll begin with that and say that I've been a resident of Wyndham for about 7 years. I share my home with my best friend and husband of almost 30 years, my 24-year-old daughter, my 20-year-old son, 2 golden retrievers, and 3 cats. So now that I've told you that I share my house with 5 cats, or 5 pets, would anybody like to guess what my profession is? Veterinarian. That's right. I am a veterinarian, and my specialty is laboratory animal medicine. So when I was 16 years old, I grew up, by the way, in Erie, Pennsylvania. I was very inspired by my high school biology teacher, and he taught me to be a philomath, and also inspired me to follow a career in biomedical research. So I thought that maybe if I studied veterinary medicine, that would give me a really nice broad background to be able to choose a variety of different career paths in research. So I started looking around for a school where I could learn veterinary medicine. At that time, there were only 27 colleges in the entire United States that taught veterinary medicine. And most of those required a 4-year undergraduate degree before you could even start a professional curriculum. But I discovered that there were 2 schools that would consider applicants after just 2 years of undergraduate. One of those was Iowa State University, which is where I applied, and I was most fortunate to be able to start my veterinary training after just the 2 years of undergraduate. So my total training was 6 years, and at the end of that time, I decided that I wanted to practice. So I joined a small animal practice, but at the same time, I kept thinking, I really do want to be in biomedical research. And then one day, I think it was after treating some dog for diarrhea, maybe doing a spay, and doing a heartworm check, and probably doing a new puppy exam. I was leafing through the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association, and I saw an ad for training, postdoctoral training in laboratory animal medicine. And that, to this day, is still my eureka moment because it described exactly what I wanted to do. And that was to be able to practice veterinary medicine, but in a research and teaching environment. So while my veterinary training really prepared me well to deal with dogs and cats and cattle and horses and swine, it really hadn't prepared me for working with laboratory animals. And I learned that there's a really unique variety of very species-specific diseases, anatomical features, behavior, nutritional requirements of each and every laboratory animal, most of which are mice, a number are rats, and also a smattering of hamsters, gerbils, guinea pigs, rabbits, non-human primates, which most of you would call monkey, frogs, and fish. So at this point, some of you may be saying, how can she do that? If she really loves animals, how could she possibly work in a research setting? Don't those animals suffer? Why is it? Why is it that they can't just use computer models and cell cultures and not have to work with whole animals? And the answer is, it does happen. In fact, the vast majority of biomedical research questions are answered by using non-animal alternatives. But when it comes to very complex biological interactions, the only way we can really answer those questions is by using whole animals or experimenting on people. And in my opinion, as a laboratory animal veterinarian, we're far better off using animals than people to answer some of those fundamental questions. But it's my job as a laboratory animal veterinarian to make sure that when those animals are used, that they're treated humanely, and that we only use them when absolutely necessary. For many years, veterinarian in companies that use animals to either develop medical devices or new pharmaceutical products. So I work with goats to develop new artificial joints, and I've worked with a variety of species to identify a drug that's used to generate new blood cells for people who suffer from chronic renal failure, to discover new cholesterol-lowering agents, and most particularly a drug that's used to treat arthritis. And I have to tell you that I worked with one particular study. We discovered a treatment for arthritis that my husband ended up taking, and it made a huge difference in the quality of his life and indirectly in the quality of my own life. My family moved to Wyndham 7 years ago so that I could take a position with a company that provides highly qualified animal caretakers and veterinarians to work in institutions that don't have the expertise to make sure that animals are used humanely. However, unfortunately, due to the downturn in the economy, that company has recently restructured. I lost my job along with a whole layer of other executives, and so I'm now in the process of looking for a new position. It's very likely that that will cause me to relocate, and now that I've just started Toastmasters here, I may not be with you long, but I do appreciate the opportunity to give this presentation, and thank you all for making me feel